Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm one of the original OCD recovery coaches to be online, and I can tell you that after 1,000 videos, 15 years of experience, my message is still remaining the same. You can fully recover from OCD. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can fully recover too. Today I want to talk to you about scripting technique. With the scripting technique, what the person is doing is they write out their scary story on a piece of paper and reread it over and over again until they habituate to it. A little bit more to it than that, but that's the basic principle. The problem is, and why it kind of sounds a little bit like a compulsion, is because you are writing the thing that bothers you right now. And even though the point of it is to habituate in the person's mind, in the client's mind, the point is to get rid of anxiety. So you're doing something to get rid of anxiety in the moment. How does that not sound like a compulsion? Do you know what I mean? My personal experience with scripting was that there was no difference between me having the thought in my head, having questions in my head about whatever OCD theme I was on, and writing it on a piece of paper. Yes, it's the same words, same questions in my head, and now on a piece of paper. What's the difference? And if I reread it over and over again, I am already replaying it over and over again in my head. So for me, habituation didn't work at all with scripting. But let's say it works for you. If it works for you, then what would happen is then your OCD would jump to another situation. It's a band-aid technique. That's all it is. So then OCD would jump to another situation. You script that as well. And then another situation. And you, again, I always say this, you're going to become an author. An author with OCD because you can't recover from OCD this way. So it's an ineffective tool that's only meant to keep you above water for a certain very small amount of time before your OCD jumps to something else. Even within your theme, it doesn't even have to jump themes. It has to only jump to another scenario. And then you have to redo that. And underneath it all, you can potentially be doing a compulsion. Of course, it depends on how you use it and stuff like that, and depends on the specific things that you write, generally speaking. But I am telling you, personal experience with clients over the last 15 years, my own experience, it's not effective. 95%, 90, I don't know, something like that of people say it's not effective. I literally can count on one hand a few people that said that it was effective. So you can try it. And of course, I'm always for trying. Whenever a person says to me, should I try this technique? I'm like, sure, give it I mean, if it makes any kind of sense. Okay, try it. And you will see when it's ineffective. And the big thing is when you see that it's not effective, just remember that it's the tool, not you. So this is kind of like doing, I always give this example, doing a brain surgery with an axe. It's not effective, not because you are not trying, not because of the situation, but because of the tool. So a lot of the times people come to me from doctors, therapists, and they start out with telling me that, Ali, I know I can never recover. I just want to feel a little bit better. And it's so sad to hear that. And I'm like, who told you this? Who told you that you can't recover? And they're like, well, my doctor told me that. Like, yes, did they do scripting with you? maybe on purpose exposures once a day, and that's why you didn't recover. Of course. Do you know what I mean? So you're not hopeless. The situation is not hopeless. You're just using the wrong tool. I just really want to get this message across, and I'll do a separate video on it as well, because people need to hear this, because people start to attribute the failure of the doctor to themselves. I'm failing. I'm not doing the right things. And again, we go into like doctor worship that we experience as a symptom, which you need to disregard. This idea that, well, this person must know because they're a doctor. if you take a car to a mechanic says I can't fix it. Do you go, okay, well, my mechanic told me, or are you going to go to another mechanic? Actually, we have mechanic worship a little as well, now that I think about it. We buy into that too. So anyways, make a choice to disregard, do the work. You know what to do. I have 1,000 videos, literally 1,000 videos telling you what to do. If you want to do recovery work with me personally, one-on-one, all the information, as always, you know where to find it on youhaveocd.com. I will see you tomorrow.